guys, welcome to today's video. Today we are going to be doing our top 15 baby boy names that we would use if we were to have another son. As most of you probably already know if you're on my channel, we adopted our children, so we didn't get to pick their first names, but I still have a list of names that I would have used if we would have had our own child and had to pick a name. These are my top picks for baby boys' names. So the first one is Logan. Nothing to do with Wolverine. I just really like the name. I think it's, I've got a thing about American sounding names, so I do quite like the American sounding boys' names, and I think Logan is one of those type of names. And Mason is another one. I think that is quite popular at the minute. I think there's a few Masons in my kids' classes at school and nursery. So Mason is another one that I really liked. Jackson. Now I really love this one. Ian didn't like it at all. He hated it. But I really liked the name Jackson. And I think it's partly because of my bit of my childhood obsession with Michael Jackson, and how much of an icon he was for me growing up. So Jackson is my next one. Grayson is another one that's an American sounding name, which I really love. Ian doesn't really like the son ones, the Jackson, the Grayson, the Mason. He doesn't really like those type of names, but I really love them. So that was that one. Lincoln was another one, and if I could have got away with giving Leo Lincoln as a middle name, I definitely would have. But I think Leo Lincoln was a bit too much of a mouthful, because we did actually pick Leo's middle name, but we couldn't change his first name because obviously he was adopted. So yeah, if I could have got away with Leo Lincoln, I definitely would have had that, because I love Lincoln. I have got a bit of an obsession with American presidents. Lincoln and the Kennedys being my favourites, but if I could have got away with Abraham, I definitely would have, because I love that name. I think it's beautiful. But Lincoln would have been a compromise for me and Ian, really, because he hated Abraham. So yes, definitely Lincoln. Caleb was a name that we really toyed with. I love that name. I think it's so nice, and because Enya already had the Irish name, we thought Caleb would be really nice for Leo, but we did end up going with a family name in the end, from my side of the family. So Caleb was definitely one of the top contenders, and I really think it is a beautiful baby boy's name. Connor is another one. I know that's another quite popular one, especially with my son's age group, around 4 or 5 years old. There's quite a lot of Connors in his nursery and his school, so that's another one. And that's another kind of Irish sounding name as well. I think that's probably why I like it, because I do like Irish sounding names. Ezra, now that's come from Pretty Little Liars, but I do love the name. And as soon as I heard Ezra on the Pretty Little Liars, that was definitely a tick on my box for a baby name, if that should ever happen in the future. Parker is another one, and that's again an American sounding name. It's quite a preppy American sounding name, so Parker. Dean. Now Dean is actually my maiden name, and I think that's why I wanted to use it, and we were very close to using it as Leo's middle name, but I think we ended up going with a more of a family name, because it just didn't quite sound right. And Ian didn't really like it that much, so we ended up going with a more of a family name. But Dean was one of the names that I was really fighting for with Leo's middle name, but we didn't get there. But Dean is another one that I would definitely use if I was to have another baby boy. Caden, and again that is another popular one at the minute. I've heard of a few. When I first started thinking about the name, I hadn't heard of many Cadens, but I've seen quite a few recently, so that's another name. Gideon is one that I love. I think it's so pretty, the name Gideon, but Ian didn't like it. He didn't like it at all, but I love it. So it would be one that I would use, but definitely wouldn't be for our family, because Ian just didn't like it. Gage is another one I really like, another American name. I love it. So Gage. Nixon is another one, again another American president, although he wasn't a great one. I do love the name Nixon. I think it'd probably end up being shortened to Nick anyway, but I do like the name Nixon. and Dexter would be my last one, and that is obviously from the TV show Dexter. But I do think the name is really, really nice, and I think it's quirky, and I love quirky names. So that is my top 15 list of baby boy names, and I hope you like some of them. Maybe if you've got a child called one of those names, you want to hit me down below with a comment and let me know, and let me know how you decided to pick that name. If you like this video, please give me a big thumbs up. Don't forget to hit the red button and subscribe, and smash that bell button so you get notified every time I upload a video. So thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.